Next today we have GenAssist. CEO Joe Beggs leads fundraising and partnerships for GenAssist. With 3 publications, 2 patents, a clinical trial, and a launch of a medical device, Joe is confidently leading GenAssist towards commercial success. GenAssist is developing MyoSponge, an implantable scaffold that regenerates skeletal muscle after traumatic loss. It is showing a 46% strength improvement in animal models, and it is targeting a first-in-class pre-market approval. Please welcome CEO Joe Beggs.
Ben Burr-Kirvan has been playing sports since he was 2 years old. By age 24, he was living his dream, an NFL linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks. Then one wrong step, hyperextended his knee, severely stretching his nerves and tendons, which caused his muscle to waste away and turn into scar. After surgery, doctors told him that his foot would never move again. Quote, "My career, my plans, my life all ended in a split second," he said, "and I will never stop trying to get it back." Good morning. I'm Joe Beggs, the CEO at GenAssist, where we regenerate muscle after trauma. Ben's story isn't rare. Oh, sorry. The slides didn't come through, but Ben's story isn't rare. Car crashes, gunshot wounds, and explosions on the battlefield all cause severe muscle loss, driving over $600 billion in annual medical costs and lost productivity in the US every year. This is what severe muscle loss looks like years later. Permanent, non-functional scar tissue in a void where there used to be muscle. What if instead of closing wounds with useless scar, we could instead restore real working muscle? Well, introducing MyoSponge, our patented implantable biomaterial that regenerates muscle after trauma. MyoSponge recreates the natural protein structure around muscle cells. So after and I'm sorry the animations aren't playing here, but after an injury, surgeons suture MyoSponge into the wound. Muscle stem cells from the surrounding tissue move in, they mature, and line up and merge together to form new muscle as MyoSponge seamlessly bioresorbs. In January, we started our first large animal study supported by an NSF SBIR grant. Our surgeon removed about 20% of the pig's muscle, so an injury size comparable to what we'd expect in people. These hogs are about 200 pounds. Then after a few months, we measured their strength. We implanted we clamped the knee, attached the foot to a foot plate, and electrically stimulate the regenerated muscle to get the maximum force. Pigs treated with MyoSponge were 46% stronger. Not only that, but MyoSponge increased muscle mass by 27% and muscle fiber area by 75%, as shown on the left, stained green. In a recent article published in Nature, the authors basically did the same experiment, except they used our competitors' products. Treated pigs did no better than untreated pigs, despite some of these products charging $15,000 to $20,000. That's not a therapy. That's a placebo with a price tag. So without a currently approved FDA-approved product for regenerating muscle, this creates a wide open market opportunity for us. Everything from hernia repair to trauma to open spine surgery, pelvic floor disorders, and so on. The market potential here is huge. I'm excited to lead this team as CEO with experience running a clinical trial, delivering a TEDx talk. I'm joined by the inventors of the technology, Gabe Haas and Dr. Coyle Garg, who's a world-renowned expert in the field of muscle regeneration, and our new employee, Deepa, who's a polymer chemist. With $872,000 of funding, we have validated MyoSponge in mouse, rat, and pig models of muscle trauma. We've completed over 200 customer interviews and through 2 rounds of the NSF I-Corps program, and we've exclusively licensed our patent and secured the patent from the USPTO. So we're now raising a $5 million seed round to prepare MyoSponge for our first clinical trial. Just last week, we welcomed our latest investor, and we've made it to the final round of review for our NSF Phase 2 SBIR. To project our exit opportunity, we look at 5 to 10x multiples on revenue, and we look at comparable acquisitions from the past few years, ranging from $250 million to $1.3 billion. Also, remember that NFL player from the beginning of the pitch? Well, Ben found GenAssist, and he finally feels that he has a viable option for restoring his muscle. I'm very excited to announce that Ben even asked to be the first human recipient of MyoSponge, as shown in this letter of support from that NSF SBIR. But this isn't just about one athlete. It's about providing a real solution for anyone who's ever been told that lost muscle is lost forever. Ben found us, and you can too. Thank you.